Hello there, it's Karen here from Crafty Little Miss K, and it's been some time since I've done any crafting. Well, certainly on camera. My last video, I believe, was back in December. Since then I've had a few things going on in my family that stopped me from doing too much, and then I got ill. So here I am, the beginning of March, trying to play catch up now with cards and you know, birthday cards for family and friends, and with Easter looming on the horizon next month, and I've got a craft class coming up next week, so I thought I'd better get back into it. Anyway, so today I'm doing something that I was asked to prepare to do at the craft class. One of the ladies who comes along asked me about some boxes she'd seen on Pinterest, and it's these ones, little ones with the little straw handle. And so I had a look around because I'd actually made some before Christmas, but my ones were a little bit bigger because I made them into like quite, you know, decent sized gift bags, but these ones are little boxes. Anyway, so I've used the current in colours, which are going to be retiring. These are Stampin' Up! In colours that are going to be retiring in April. And they've been around for 2 years, and I absolutely love them. I'm going to be quite bereft when they go, but I will get 5 new colours anyway. And as you can see, there's only 4 here because the last colour is my favourite, which is the Lemon Lime Twist, and that's the one I'm going to use today to make these boxes. They're quite simple, just a little bit of straw, and these are like the paper straws you can get. I bought these on Amazon some time ago. And then you just open it up like that. And like that, and it's a nice little square in there. I've got one open here that's got 6 quite large wrapped foil eggs, and they fit beautifully in there. When I put the lid down, there is no bowing or buckling or anything, so that's a good, and quite heavy as well, so that's a good size box there. Obviously you can put anything in there. You can put candles in there. They don't quite fit the larger, because I did check, I've got some of the larger IKEA candles and they don't quite fit. So what I'm going to do actually, next time I'm going to make some, I'm going to make them slightly bigger. So we can pop some, you can get 2 candles in there, look. So I think they'd make nice little gifts as well. Anyway, so as I said, I'm making it in the Lemon Lime Twist. I've got my straw already cut. These are just ordinary straws that you come in packs like this. I've got loads of different colours. I bought these to do projects for my granddaughter when it was her 4th birthday earlier in the year. Another reason I didn't do any video crafting, because I was too busy doing things for her. Yeah, so what these are like 3-inch pieces, and what I did is I've just measured it against the side of my paper here, cut it, and then where it got a little crush, just pop my little tool in there just to make it all nice and round again. Okay, so you get 2 lengths for each box, as you can see. So let's get going, shall we? And yes, I'll be doing this in my class, so Ali, if you're watching, I should be doing these in class with you as well. Anyway, so you start off with a piece of cardstock, which is 6 inches by 10. And then you need 4 little pieces of designer paper. I'm just using the matching paper for now, and that's 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. In centimetres, that would be just over 4.5, so about 4.7 centimetres squared. And this one, I've got this here just to help me as a reminder. This one is 25.2, I think, by 15. Anyway, but I use inches, but if you're using centimetres, that's roughly the size you need. Anyway, so you need your scoreboard once you've got this. And it's really easy to do all the scoring for this. It's a really dismal day. I'm thinking I might put my light on. It's come over all, well, that's quite bright, isn't it? It's come over all dark and rainy and horrible. Anyway, so pop it in on the 6-inch side, and you're just going to be scoring every 2 inches. So at 2 and 4, turn it round, and then again every 2 inches. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Then you want to turn it back again, and now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 5 cubes coming down here, 5 squares coming down here. What you want to do is where the 4-inch mark is, just come out 3/8. So it's 4 3/8, and you only want to score up to the 3rd line. So there's a score line here, a score line here, and this one here. So you're just going to go 4 3/8 up to that score line there. And do the same on this side, but this time you go backwards. So you go 1, 2, 3, which is 1 5/8, and just make sure that's all the way in. And again, just down to the 3rd score line, which is just by my finger there. And that's that. So you'll end up with some little train tracks here just for the 3 squares and here. Okay, and I got this idea, obviously, like I said, from Ali, my friend. And so I looked online and I found this lovely demonstrator from America, and I've got her on my computer here so I wouldn't forget her name, and I've got the measurements and the design from her. And do you know what, I can't, oh, Rachel. It's Rachel from Stamp Your Art Out in America. So thank you, Rachel, for the tips. Okay, so once you've got these double score lines here, these top corners here, what you want to do is grab a ruler and your embossing tool, and we're just going to go from the outer corner into the corner, the cross line there. Okay, and we're going to be doing that on both sides. So pop your tool onto there first, because obviously the ruler won't go right up until the edge, because you've got the width of that ball there, if that makes sense. So that's one, and then on this side like that. So now you've got the 2 train tracks down here and also a diagonal here and here. Turn it over so you've got the back side showing, and with a pencil and your ruler you're going to just do a diagonal line going in the opposite direction. So the score line is here, so we're going to do a pencil line here. And so just, this is very faint, this score line. Okay, so just like that, and like that on this side. Okay, like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all, before I do any folding or anything, I'm just going to cut away that triangle and that triangle. Okay, so I'm just going to throw those in the bin because they're quite small. Okay, so back this way now, and what you want to do now is to fold and press out all those score lines and do them nice and sharp, because this is going to be a box. If it had been a bag or something, then you could just use your hands and have a nice soft score, but I want a nice sharp edge to all of these score lines. Now when you come this way, you're not going to be folding on that outer line, you're going to be scoring the full length one. So just make sure you fold it right the way over, and the same on this side. We're not going to be folding that score line at all, that's a cutting guide. Okay, now before you start cutting, just press gently that score line there outwards, and then as the light is on now, it's just casting shadows, and just score on that fold line, and the same on this one. Okay, I hope you can see that. I can't believe how dark it's got. Okay, now we're ready to do some cutting. So first of all, what do I do with my scissors? There they are. Right, so you have now got this shape. So these 3 squares are the only squares now, and these ones here are the only ones that are complete squares. So this first one here, we're going to be cutting down this score line, and I want you to cut just this side of the bump there. What you're trying to do is make a nice straight edge without any bumps on it, because that's going to be the edge of part of the box. Okay, and you do the same this side as well. So keep this side of the score line, because we're going to be cutting away that bump. Okay, now what I want to do is to cut up that score line that has not been creased. So this one is just the 3 squares high, and it doesn't really matter if you cut away the bump or if you're on the bump, because this is actually the tabs that are going to hold the box together. Alright, so that's that one. This line is going to be very wobbly this side, because I'm not very good at cutting straight lines when it's a long line like this. Okay, so keep hold of one of these for now, and I'll show you what I did with those in a moment. So now we're going to cut out our tabs. So you just cut that one there, and then you can just cut a triangle out of this one for those to that tab and this one, and then just half of one here, because we're cutting away this edge here and this one here. So those 2 little rectangles again on the inside of the bump, so you don't have any bumps showing on the edge of your card there. And this is actually going to be the top, one of the top flaps of the box. So just cut that away. As you can see, it's a little bit wonky there, but you won't see it because it's going to be inside the box. That's it. And then the last of all, and I didn't cut that very straight, did Okay, so let me get rid of these little bits. Right, so you're going to be left with a kind of like an axe or an arrow-ish, a fat arrow. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, now you can use wet glue or you can use fast fuse if you've got some, you know, the nice strong tape on a runner. I'm just going to be using my tear and tape because this is just as strong, and obviously it'll dry a lot quicker than using wet glue. I'm going to try and cut straight across so that as you can see, look, I've missed a piece there. Alright, and then when you take the top off, you can just fold back the sticky bit if it shoots over. So just make that go up to the edge a bit more like that. Okay. Alright, that's a bit long, that one. Okay, now before we go any further, we want to put the DSP on. Now the designer paper. Now if you're using, see, I've got one that doesn't matter which way around it goes, but if you're using a patterned one, say on the other side you wanted the stripes to go upwards, then what you do is you're going to be putting paper here, here and here, and you want them that way up, and then the other panel will go down here, but you want it that way up because this is the base, so it'll come up the side, as you can see then it's facing upwards, the arrow. But I'm not going to worry too much because I'm just using the dotty side, so there's no proper pattern to the dotty side, it's just random. So let's get my glue going. Oh, I knew that was going to run out. I've got another one beside me. I think this is a new, yeah, this is a brand new one. This one shouldn't run out. Okay, let's put the lid on so it doesn't go everywhere. And then what I'm going to do is just cover those arrows up now, those panels. Okay. Now I've got a little tiny bit of glue on there. That will be quite sticky. So just as a little tip for you, just use an ordinary white, I use a white pencil rubber and I just use it just for the glue. Where that, you can see like my dirty bits of my fingers, look, you can see it's left a mark. You just rub it away, it disappears and it's not sticky anymore. So, because I do make a mess with my glue, I must admit. It gets on my fingers, it goes everywhere. Right, let's get this on before it starts drying too much. Okay, and the last one. Now then, when I said to you hold on to these scrap pieces, what I did was I punched a 1 3/8 scallop punch out of one of these panels because it's like this waste. I mean, obviously that's big enough, I could keep that to use for something else, but I'm actually using, because I want this one to be an Easter theme, I'm actually using a little bunny from an old stamp set. So I've punched a bigger circle, which is 1.5, and then I've used the stitched, put my teeth away, the stitched circle framelets, and I've just done the smallest one, and then I've just popped the bunny on there with a little bit of double-sided foam pads underneath. So let's move that out the way. Okay, so the next thing to do now is to start putting, oh, almost forgot. We want to make the holes for the straws. So again, Rachel from America suggested that you use the score lines as your guide. So you've got a score line here and a score line here, and one here and one here. And if you make it so that the score lines, this score line is at the beginning of your ruler, and this score line is where the 1 inch is, it's going to be roughly there, so up to 1/2 inch. So that little notch before the 1/2 inch, and then that one I'm just going to do a little circle there, and the same on this side like that. And then you need a larger hole punch. This one is kind of like a 1/4 inch, is it? Yeah, 1/4 inch hole. My little one, my little Stampin' Up one, only makes little holes. So I've got this one. This is an old one of mine, and because you want to do quite a large hole to fit your straw, and then you just punch where that hole is. Work out roughly, make sure it's halfway along. There we go. And the same on this side. And I can't even tell you where I got this one now. It's such a long time ago. I've had it forever because I was crafting long before I joined Stampin' Up. Okay, so you ended up with that. Now we can take off the tape if you're using tape. There and there. And where I've let it go over the edge here, I'm just going to fold that back on itself like that. And there's a little tiny bit there. A tiny bit there. Okay, I'm leaving those covers on just for a minute. Just turn that under, and then you want to just make a nice edge there to your box. Okay, and then use your bone folder. Get your bone folder in there just to press down where that tab is, just to make sure that's well and truly stuck, especially if you're using wet glue. Okay, so the next one now. This one is the one I went a bit long on, as you can see. I've gone way over. So let's pull that back, turn that back like that so you can't see it. And then take this one off. That's it. And that one's the short one. That's it. Okay, and then oops, bring it in to form the edges of the box. Why is that going funny? Let's do this side first. That's better. Okay, there's that one. Let's put that one inside. And then that's it. And then my bone folder, just to press down on that joint as well so it doesn't come apart. Okay, and that's your box pretty much done. Then you fold that one down, you fold this one down, you bring those up, and there's the holes to put your handle. But before we do that, we're just going to put a little bunny on here. So I'm just going to get some more glue on the back of that circle there. And we'll just pop him in the middle. Like I said, this one's going to be an Easter box, like that. And then let's just open up and pop the eggs in there from this other one. I use this one just to hopefully work out how many would fit in. That's it. This one I've used the lovely butterfly designer paper that's on offer on the Celebration at the moment. You get this for free. You get big 12 by 12 sheets, a whole pack of these for free if you spend £45 on Stampin' Up! At the moment. Anyway, so that runs out at the end of March though, so you haven't got long to go. And then just one last thing to pop in. You have to give it a little ease it in like that. Give it a little twist as you push it through. Like so. And there we go. Cute, cute little boxes. And that hasn't taken too long at all, has it? Really, about 18 minutes. So there we are. So let's bring these other ones back. These ones haven't got anything in them yet. What's I do with the straw? There it is. So they are a good size because they're 2 inches square, 2 inches deep. So nice little size. These ones have just got the Happy Birthday to You, which came from this set, which is in the main catalogue of the Stampin' Up! Catalogue, tabs for everything. And all I did was I built it up. So I've got the birthday from here, the happy here, and then to you is somewhere on there. What does it look like? Oh, it's little. It is there. I bet you're shouting at me, aren't you? There it is. Yes. So I just built up the sentiment on that one. Okay, so there we are. Lovely, lovely. And I've used all 5 of the in colours, as you can see. Obviously, I didn't have that colour straw, so I've had to use a purple, but the pink would probably go nice with that as well. So yes, say goodbye to these in colours. They're leaving us in just over a month's time. Very, very sad, but we've got some lovely ones to carry on over that started last year, and obviously I'm looking forward to seeing what they Stampin' Up! Give us for the next 2 years, starting in April. Anyway, I hope you like this, and please let me know if you've got any questions. If you'd like the I'll write out some instructions and I'll put them on my blog, so if you want to go visit my blog, which is craftylittlemисsk.co.uk, and I'll have all the instructions and the measurements on there as well. And in the meantime, it's good to be back, and I hope I'm back again soon. Bye for now.